and welcome. My name is James, and today we are going to be taking a very quick overview of the Restrict Content Pro plugin. In this video, we're just going to kind of cover the basics. The most common use case for our plugin, of course, is to restrict content behind a paywall. So your users will need to join and pay a monthly or annual fee in order to access some of your content. So we're going to show you how to do that. It's actually pretty quick and easy. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so what we have here is a very fresh install of WordPress. All I've done is install the Restrict Content Pro plugin, and then I created a couple of posts that we're going to use in our example of how to restrict content. So the first thing that you would probably want to do if you're planning on collecting money from your users is connecting some sort of payment gateway. So if we go to restrict and we go to settings and we click on this payments tab, you'll see that we have a few options as far as payment gateways. So we can use Stripe, PayPal, or Braintree. I personally prefer Stripe. It's just the easiest one to set up. First, we'll click on Stripe to enable it. And I'm also going to just enable sandbox mode and then come down here and click save. And now we're going to go ahead and click this button to actually connect our Stripe account. So we'll put in our Stripe email address, put in our password, and then it's probably going to do a two-factor authentication. Yep, so I'll check my phone for a code here. And I have two different business accounts attached to the Stripe account, so I'll just pick the one that I want to use and click connect. And that's it. Stripe is now connected. It's in sandbox mode, so it won't be actually charging any credit cards, and it will give us kind of a fake credit card that we can use for testing. And then once you're ready to go live, you would come back in here and uncheck this box. Scroll down and click save. And sometimes when you switch from sandbox to live or live to sandbox, you have to reconnect. Click that blue button again and reconnect your Stripe account. So just keep that in mind. When you switch from sandbox mode back to live mode, make sure that this says that you're connected. If it doesn't, just click the button and do what we just did. Again, takes about 10 seconds and you're good to go. So Stripe is now connected. So what I'm going to do now is create my first membership level. So if I come over here to restrict membership levels, I'll be able to create my very first one. So of course you can name these whatever you want. You can have as many as you want. You can do the rule of threes and have, gold, silver, gold, platinum kind of thing. And I'm just going to go ahead and create one, and I'm going to call it gold. And the simplest, subscription, and probably the most common, is just a monthly subscription. So if I want to make this a monthly subscription, I'm going to choose 1 month. This means that it's going to basically need to be renewed every month for whatever price I put right here. So let's say it's $10 a month is what I want to charge for this particular subscription. You do have some other options. Description is completely optional. There can be a sign-up fee. So maybe you have a one-time sign-up fee, of $20, and then it's $10 a month after that. You can also add an initial discount if you want by just putting a negative number right here. So if I put -5, what that's going to do is give them just a $5 discount on their first payment. Status is active. Most of the time you probably want the membership to be active as soon as they pay, but you can choose to make it inactive, and then you can go in and manually set it to active if you want to have a little more granular control over that. And then you can choose a maximum number of renewals if you'd like. Most people, I think, just leave it that way until canceled. But if you want to choose a specific number of maximum renewals, you can do that. And then the user role, again, most of the time it's just subscriber, but depending on what you're doing with your website, you might want to make new members a contributor or an editor. You have that option here. So I'm just going to go ahead and click add membership level. Now that I have a name, I've decided to make it renew every month, and it's going to cost $10 a month. Now I'm going to open up a incognito window, and we're going to go register like a brand new user. Here's our website. We just have the default, I think it's 2020 WordPress theme installed. There are some pages that Restrict Content Pro automatically creates when you install it. These are those pages. I did not create these. The plugin created these. But I'm just going to click on register. And you can see that I could either log in if I already have an account, which I don't, or I can go ahead and fill out this form to create a new account and choose the membership that I want to sign up for. So just come up with some information here. And there's only one option, gold for $10 a month. And you can see here's the fake credit card information that we get to use since we're in sandbox mode. So I can just go 4242. Oops, that's supposed to be the name on the card. Here's the card number. And then you can just make up any date that's in the future, make up a 3-digit code, make up a zip code, and I can choose if I want it to auto renew or not. And then I'm just going to click register. Okay, so now I've registered for this particular membership level. Here's a little custom message that you can customize in the settings if you would like to. But now that I am a member, I will have access to whatever privileges have been assigned to that membership level. You might be thinking, well, what has been assigned to that membership level? Well, actually nothing yet. So let's go ahead and go back to our main window where we're logged in as the administrator. And I'm going to go up here to posts. And like I said, I created a couple posts already. And then of course there's the Hello World post. So I'm going to start with this one actually and go into the editor for this post. Scroll down here and you'll see this restrict this content option. Now there's several different options here. We're not going to talk about all of them, but we are going to talk about restrict this content to members of membership levels. And I'm going to say a specific membership level. And I'm going to say gold. So if you're not a member of the gold membership plan, you will not be able to see this content. And then I'm going to come up here and click update. So if I come back here where I'm logged in as that user that I just created, if I go to the home, there's the Hello World. I can see this post, of course, because I am logged in. I just registered, right? But if I log out of this account, I go back to the home page, you'll see, first of all, even right here, it says this content is restricted to subscribers. So I can't even see the excerpt. And if I try to click on this post, this content is restricted to subscribers. So because I'm not logged in anymore, I cannot actually see this content. So if I go to the login page and log back in, once again, I can see the content. Welcome to WordPress. This is your first post. I can click on it and I can see all the content that's in this post. So that's an easy way to restrict content to a very specific post. But that could be annoying if you have a whole bunch of posts, right? You don't want to go into every single post and choose who can see that post. So the other way that we're going to talk about in this video to restrict content is to restrict it by the post category. So if I come up here to post categories, and let's say category 1, I'm going to click on this to edit it. And right down here it says paid only, access level, membership level. So again, we have different ways that we can restrict this content. The one we're going to talk about is by membership level. So I'm going to check this box which says only people who are members of the gold membership level can view content in this category. Let's go ahead and click update. Once again, I'm going to go back to my other page here. Now I'm logged in, so I should be able to see everything. But if I log out again and refresh, you'll see right here, category 1, because this post, I added this post to the category of category 1, it is now restricted and I cannot view this content. And I can do the same thing to category 2 or any post category I want to. So that makes it a lot easier to restrict a whole bunch of content to a particular level. So you probably would, maybe create a category called gold just to keep things, simple in your head, and then restrict the category of gold to people who are in a gold membership level. And maybe you have even more content. And so maybe you create another membership level called platinum and you create a category called platinum. So only those people can view that content. Obviously if they're platinum, they can also view gold content, right? Because it's like a tiered membership. So you can do all that sort of stuff. You have very granular control over who can view your content and who cannot. And in future videos, we're going to talk about even more stuff that you can do. This is just a very basic overview of how to quickly get set up and create a membership level and start restricting some content. But there's actually a lot of really cool things that you can do with this plugin. So I look forward to showing you guys some of those things in future videos. But in the meantime, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you learned something, and I will see you in the next one.